Come and join us, Overland Australia Adventures, as we explore Foxbar Falls Campground. With us not venturing too far from home over the past few months, travelling techniques start to lose their shine. So, the best thing to hone the skills is practice. We find a gate for Liz to open to keep her gate opening skills up to date, an important part of outback travel. It's good to see she hasn't lost it. Well, we've turned off the main road on the way back. We've just seen a sign that said Foxbar Falls Road. So it's gravel and it shows on the map. So as we do, we like to take different ways to places. So we've started to venture down this. We've got about 10 k's, 8 k's to go. So yeah, it's been a nice little drive through some woodland. Obviously it goes through some private property. There's been gates, so all the gates have been closed, so we've driven through, and as you do, you leave them how you found them. So we've closed the gates. Now we've sort of come out of bushland and out into open plains, open pastures. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we don't get to the end of it and find a locked gate. I don't think so, because it's a road. There was no signs to say that it was no thoroughfare. The gates didn't have any signs that indicated you private property or you couldn't pass. So yeah, we'll just venture on. Who doesn't love a drive like this? We wind our way through farmland and native bush, then make our way back to camp to head off to a location to enjoy the country sunset.
It's the reason that I love you. It's the reason that I care.
Where are we going, John?
Fruitback Falls. No, only joking. We're going to Foxbar Falls to watch the sunset and hopefully take some photos.
Just going to have a look at the weir on the way.
Something that keeps on growing, an everlasting glow. Some things come easy, some things slip out of your hand when you
Check this view out. So here's our dilemma. We've arrived at the bottom of the falls, and there's obviously no water running over them, and we can get some water in the foreground. There's a couple of dead trees, and then the silhouette of the skyline for a sunset shoot. But so we've come up the hill a little bit, and now obviously we've lost the water, but we're going to get a better elevation. So yeah, it's a little bit of, it's a good dilemma to have, but I don't know. Why don't we just walk up a little bit further and have a look, and we've still got plenty of light, and then we can go back down by the water.
I'm driving through the darkness. The wind is in my hair, hiding from the shadows.
You know, we're so lucky to be able to come to places like this.
If you see me in the streetlight, you believe that my faith is gone. There's a star for a lonely soul that will guide me home. Some things come easy, some things slip out of your hand when you're down at the bottom. And you need
Well, as you can see, we decided on the water view. So we found ourselves a nice little spot. We've set up the cameras. Liz is going to take some stills. We've set the video up to do a time lapse of the sunset. So now it's just a matter of waiting, having a cold beer, and watching the sunset.
And we're making our way back to camp. Just following the yellow markers. Oh, there we go. And you can't get lost.
Don't say that.
No. Well, it's not dark enough. It's not dark enough to get lost. So. How was that, John?
That was pretty cool, Liz. It wasn't probably as spectacular as we've seen before or in the past, but honestly, a sunset is a sunset, and you gotta love them. Well, today we set off for a drive to nowhere in particular, but ended up finding this old mine site called Sweeper's Gully Mine. It's set in the Parshendale State Forest, only 13 kilometres northwest of Stanthorpe, and apparently there's a good chance of finding gem quality topaz if that's what you're into.
So we've just arrived at Sweeper's Gully Mine. It's a whole heap of tailings here that you can fossick through. Find some gemstones and all sorts of different things. These are all tailings from the mine. You can find red quartz, here we go. This is someone's big barry, a local animal, probably an echidna, who knows.
What a wonderful, peaceful spot.
So that's watercress.
That's watercress.
Look, they're watering their watercress.
You can
A little patch of it.
You can pick them.
You can pick it, you can eat it. It's very good in salads. Looks like a few people have been in and picked some. Across the bridge into this paddock. And here we have the carrots you can pick. Oh yes, I see a carrot. Looks like they've been dug up a bit. There you go. Dig the ground around it. There you go.
See? And you make sure
Got the
they're
nice
not
carrots.
they're not soft.
Yeah, if they're soft, they've been out of the ground a bit. And look, there's a whole row. All the way down there you can pick your carrots. And dig him out. Wiggle him. Wiggle and jiggle, backwards and forwards. A bit like a peg. There you go. Oh, that's a ripper.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Sorry,
Look at it.
dirty.
Look at him. Don't worry about your nails, you can wash them.
Oh.
Oh, and we broke him.
Today it's a short trip into Amends. We passed by this quaint little country town on the way into Foxbar Falls on Friday night, so it's time to check out the historical park or legacy centre situated on the edge of town. This is managed by the Amends Historical Association, and a great job they do too. The first thing you see when you leave the vehicle is the Bailey Bridge. This was constructed as a pedestrian bridge approximately 9 metres long and 1.5 metres wide. This is a sister bridge to one built in Amends in France as a local memorial to the Army Engineers, as well as a symbol of friendship that exists between France and Australia. This is appropriate as the two Amends are linked by a recently signed Proclamation of Friendship. The Royal Australian Engineers are the military engineering corps of the Australian Army. They are a critical element to the military operations, and in World War I they served with distinction, doing the things that engineers do: signals, mining, tunnelling, railway, survey, and field works including bridge building. The Bailey Bridge is an iconic military bridge that was designed by Donald Bailey and used extensively in World War II, with several of the World War I bridges still to be found in northern France. His Royal Highness Edward the Prince of Wales toured Australia in 1920 to thank Australians for their participation in World War I. He toured all 6 states, spending 8 days in Queensland, one of which was spent at Amiens or Amiens, depending on your pronunciation. The royal train was pulled by the steam locomotive C18, the Sir William McGregor. On his journey north to Warwick, he had to change trains at Cottonvale for the journey along the spur line to Amiens, as the light gauge line could not support the weight of the C18 engine. Therefore, an improvised royal train was used for this short trip. The Prince asked that all boys and girls in Australia be granted an extra week of holidays following his visit. Who doesn't love a royal visit then? This carriage was restored in the memory of that visit. Armed with some local wine and with some cloud building to the west, we head back to see if we can't nail another sunset for our last night. Well, whoa, let me catch my breath. We've just walked up the Sour and Pig, Liz, isn't it?
Yep.
To catch the sunset. Holy McMoly. Woo! We do a fair bit of walking, and it's pretty well straight up. But have a look at this. This is, I guess, why you do it, huh? There's our camp, right there somewhere. Yeah, there it is, about there. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this weekend at the Foxbar Falls campground and the surrounding area of the Granite Belt. We certainly have enjoyed the weekend.
Yes.
So if you have, don't forget to hit that like button. Maybe consider subscribing. We do appreciate the feedback. And remember, don't let the dust settle.
Cheers for now.
For now.